All right, so today we're going to be making some sawhorses, and I wanted to do a Diresta versus Matthias showdown for the sawhorses. Those are one of my two favorite YouTubers, and they both have very different sawhorse designs. Matthias makes it super easy because he has plans on his website, so we'll just follow right along with that. Jimmy Diresta makes it a little bit harder because he not only doesn't have any plans, but he actually said online that he just eyeballed all the angles, so there's really nothing to go off of except a couple of screenshots that I've captured from the YouTube video. This is what I've come up with based on the videos, and we're gonna start with Matthias, so we're gonna go get some 2x4s. Alright, I've set my 18-degree cuts here up just like Matthias, where they're all lined up. Got the circular saw. Alright. Here it is before the side bracing. I gotta tell you, this is gonna be hard to beat. Let's make a Diresta sawhorse. The only modification I'm gonna make is that I'm going to make them 36 inches, the same as Matthias's length, instead of the 24 that Jimmy makes his. Next, I want to cut this off at a 90-degree angle to that cut. Ended up cutting that one a little short. I haven't made a table saw sled yet, so I'm just going to cut my legs with the circular saw. I think I've got it figured out, but we may need to remake these entirely, I'm not sure. Alright, it's almost done. Last thing I need to do is make the plates for the end. Here they are side by side. There is the Matthias design. And here is Diresta design. Honestly, I'm not sure which one I like better. Alright, I've been using them for a couple days now. Which ones do you think I picked? There they are, Matthias. And this was a surprise to me because I actually, going into it, was just gonna make Diresta's design. I thought it looked a lot nicer, it nested and stacked a lot nicer. But after building them, I realized there's a couple things I really like about this design. It's definitely stronger with two 2x4s on end instead of one 2x4 on its side, but honestly, you're never going to need that much weight. That's not the issue. What the main thing was to me was actually the lateral strength. So let me show you real quick what I'm talking about. When I was using these the past couple days, I noticed that when I was pulling sheet goods off of the Diresta design, that it had less lateral strength than Matthias. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. If you take a piece of plywood, I can go pretty much all the way to my hands here to where I can barely hold it, and I can drag straight out, move wood back and forth, and it doesn't tip. I can't even quite get it all the way out, but even if I could, if I start to pull back and try and keep things horizontal, no matter how hard I try, I can tip it down, but it really just wants to flip right over. And this is one of the reasons why I built these sawhorses in the first place, is because I hate the way cheap, flimsy plastic sawhorses, when you're pulling things on and off, just fall over and collapse and your table collapses. This one has an okay look. It looks beefy, but it's just not as, artistic and nice. Everyone that came in the shop this week said, wow, that's a cool sawhorse when they saw Diresta's. Unfortunately, function over form. So, I'm happy with them.
I like that they look like Lincoln Logs.
Speaking of Lincoln Logs, the only thing I might actually change on these is I don't like the way they stack. It's very flimsy. So I was thinking I could just notch out a little spot on each of these and they would lock right into each other like Lincoln Logs.
That would make me like them better. Even more. They're great.